Am I the a-hole for asking my brother to pay $30,000 for my engagement ring? Order in the court! I hosted a family dinner over the weekend. My brother brought my 4 nephews, 4 and 8, over as well. Ooh, I don't like where this is going. I used to wear my engagement ring all the time, but lately I keep it in my walk-in closet and mainly wear it for special occasions. While I was cleaning up the dinner table, my nephews went to go play while the adults were still at the outdoor patio, outdoor kitchen area. My brother was not supervising his kids. During this time, my nephews went into the master bedroom without anyone knowing and started playing with everything, including my engagement ring. When we came back to look for them, they panicked because they know they aren't supposed to be upstairs. They ran into the master bathroom and flushed my ring. Flushed it? Oh my goodness. We called a plumber in case it was somehow in the U-trap of the toilet and not actually gone, but nope. Unfortunately, it was gone for good. We still had the original receipt, so I called my brother. I emailed him a scanned copy as proof of the cost and asked him to reimburse me for my ring my nephew flushed. Immediately, he started calling me an a-hole because we were a family and he was just a child. He has refused to pay for the cost of my ring. Honestly, that's kind of the least he can do at this point. I told him I will be taking him to court. See, this is the thing. That is absolutely something that you can take someone to court over. Like, is it though? Because it was the kid. But they are responsible for their kids. Yeah, you could take him to court. I told him I will be taking him to court for this, and now my entire family's blowing up my phone saying families shouldn't sue each other and just let it go. No. Edit, no, the ring was not insured. I found out the day after my nephew flushed it. My husband said he forgot and in the end never actually insured it.
How could you forget that?
Can you insure if something gets like lost or broken? You can do it if it's broken or stolen, but I'm unsure about if it's like an accident, like a child gets, anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm not an insurance agent, I don't know. Edit 2, my brother says he doesn't have the money to repay even $100 per month and has refused any kind of repayment plan. He said I live in a nice enough house and if I want a replacement, I should just sell my car. I love this argument.
Well, you can afford a new one. Well, you can afford it.
I don't want to afford another ring. Like, be freaking for real right now. I hate that mentality. It literally makes me so mad. Edit 3, my brother to this day has not apologized. That's the next thing I was wondering. Apologizing means he has to admit fault. It was a Canadian sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry. Well, not really.
He said his kids will do what is normal for kids and they shouldn't be held responsible for a ring. No. They were supposed to supervise their kids outdoors with the rest of the family while I was busy cleaning up. Yeah, I'm really curious to know if he actually doesn't have the money to pay for your ring or if he's just saying that because he's your brother and he doesn't think that you'll actually do anything about it. Let's see what a court thinks.
Oh, please.
Edit 4, I don't believe for a second my brother and his wife can't pay for the cost of my engagement ring. They don't make anything near my husband, but they have a combined income of around $250,000. They don't pay rent, or anything because my parents gifted them their old house valued at $3.5 million in Toronto. Wow, okay, yeah, that's, Back when I bought my parents a new home years ago. There is no mortgage on the home my brother lives in. Oh yeah, they can afford it for sure. Why don't they just sell their house if they can't afford the ring? The only things my brother and his wife would have to pay for is the cost of raising their children, normal bills, and food. I feel so distraught because my ring holds great sentimental value. I've already been speaking with my husband's family lawyer, but at this point I'm ready to hire a private eye to find out if they really don't have the money. I think it's safe to say that they do have the money. On the one hand, it's like, it's a kid. They maybe don't know better, 4 and 8. At the same time, it really is kind of up to you to be supervising your children. I hardly think that you would be as like steadfast about this if he had like genuinely apologized for what happened. He's probably like,
It wasn't me, it was my son. There's nothing to apologize for, blah, blah, blah.
that in and of itself would make me so irate. No apology, victim blaming, no. To court with you. I don't know if he can go to jail, but court definitely. Am I wrong? Like, I really, like, no. I mean, I don't have kids, so like, maybe I'll feel differently if I do have kids, when I do have kids. I don't know, I have old decrepit eggs, so like, we'll see. I genuinely think the least they can do is be on a payment plan to like replace an irreplaceable item that was lost due to their Negligence. Not the a-hole, his circus, his monkeys. He wasn't watching them. That's on him. He should replace your ring. As for the family who are all blowing up at you, it's easy when it didn't happen to them to preach forgiveness. Ignore them. Also, 8 and 4 are more than old enough to know better. I honestly feel the same way. Why is it like,
Oh, I got caught, so I'm immediately going to like flush a very shiny and expensive looking piece of jewelry down the toilet?
no, there has to be consequences for them too, like 100%. Maybe they're too young to understand consequences, but ain't too early to start. My 3-year-old knows not to touch someone else's things in their home without asking. Choices have consequences, and sometimes those consequences are expensive. Yeah, and it's also the like, he doesn't really seem to be punishing his children either for something that, like something very genuinely bad that they did. Genuinely bad. So not only is he not apologizing, he's not paying you back, he's also doesn't really seem to care about like reprimanding his children at all to make things right. Sue the out of him, man. So some people are saying you didn't insure a $30,000 ring. The point of this whole thing is the sheer amount of money involved. Kids get into things, dogs eat things, partners lose things. It's on you to insure or protect your ring. You're the a-hole for walking around with a $30,000 liability the size of a marble, then pointing fingers at whoever touched it last before it disappeared. I wouldn't agree with that.
Well, I think you're wrong.
I don't know if I would agree with that because it's not like she's walking around with the ring. She's trying to be careful with it. She's putting it away. She's being careful with it. If you can't trust that like something can't be safe in your own home, I don't know. Maybe I agree with you. I don't know if insurance would cover something like this. I genuinely don't know. It's not like you got robbed.
Oh, you kind of did.
I mean, maybe you could argue that. I don't know if insurance would pay for that, like genuinely. Someone responded, that is not the point. The kids intentionally went looking for the jewelry. A better question is, why weren't the parents watching the kids? OP is not the a-hole. I mean, you know, she could have insured the ring. She could have tried. Would she have gotten paid back? I don't know. Insurance companies tend to like try everything to get out of paying you anything. So a lot of people are saying everyone sucks here. A lot of people are saying that OP is the a-hole. I can kind of see how people are saying that you should have insured the ring. Definitely. I need to insure my ring.
There's no time like the present.
It's difficult to know if someone would actually like pay you out for something like that. Like in my experience, insurance doesn't really cover a lot. I don't know if this is the type of thing that an insurance company would pay for. If someone broke in and stole it, then yes. A kid flushing a ring down a toilet, like, I don't know. I don't know about that. Even insuring it, If there's any insurance agents in the comments that would know, let me know. I'm gonna say not the a-hole. Huh? We got some more family wedding drama. That's where all wedding drama really stems from, let's be honest. Am I the a-hole for going nuclear on my aunt at my own wedding after her son harassed my sister-in-law? Nuclear, you say? So, my wedding was 2 weeks ago. Congratulations. And I feel like I'm living in the wreckage of a bomb I set off myself. I'm so lost and I need to know if I'm the monster my family's making me out to be. I, 28, female, just married the love of my life, 30 male. His family is Arab Muslim and they are, without exaggeration, the best people I have ever known. I love it when we're obsessed with our in-laws. I am as well. Love them. And love that for you. I'm an only child and my own family is really complicated. And my husband's family welcomed me with open arms from day one. So for the first time, I feel like I had a real supportive family unit. I'm basically an only child. My half brother from my dad's side is much older and he currently lives in Japan. And even though we don't talk much, he still called me to congratulate me. As for my parents, they weren't even supportive of my marriage until I told them I'd cut them off if they keep pushing. So yeah, I already knew going in that I couldn't count on them for anything but drama. The wedding itself was perfect for a while. Everyone was happy, even my parents were smiling at some point. Then there's my cousin, Mark, 35 male. My aunt begged me to invite him, and yes, I regret this. I couldn't really say no because I didn't want any drama. Mark is a walking disaster. He's a womanizer, he has 3 children with 3 different women he abandoned, and his own father is the one sending them money. He's a user, but for my aunt, the sun shines out of his beach. So, the night is winding down when I hear a scream. Not a happy one. I turn and I see my youngest sister-in-law, Layla, 19 female, backed against a wall. My cousin Mark is standing in front of her and he's dripping wet. She's the one who screamed and she's holding an empty water glass. So when I rushed over, Layla was visibly trembling. My other sister-in-law told me what happened. Mark had cornered her, telling her she was too pretty to be hiding under that thing, her hijab, and that she was wasting her perfect face. Then, the part that made me even angrier, he apparently reached out and tried to tug it off her head to see her beautiful hair. Oh no. No, 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 no.
Right to jail, right away.
Backstory, my sister-in-law had a traumatic accident years ago, and ever since then she's been uncomfortable around men. Even hugging her own dad and brother took years of patience and trust. So for her to be cornered at my wedding by my cousin, telling her to take off her hijab, saying she was too pretty to be covering her hair and pushing her like that, she was literally shaking. Oh my heart. My older sister-in-law, who's a force of nature, was already there and getting in his face. It was about to get physical. My father-in-law calmly stepped between them, looked at Mark, and said quietly but with absolute finality, "It is time for you to leave my son's wedding." It's interesting that you chose to invite Mark to avoid drama, but he's the one that caused the most drama. I thought that would be the end of it and was ready to console Layla. But then my aunt, Mark's mother, stormed over.
You can't kick him out. He was joking with her.
Oh, she gotta go.
She's being too sensitive.
First it was he was complimenting her, then it became he was just joking. Nobody's laughing. Before I could even speak, my own mother pipes up.
I'm sorry, but she's right. This is a huge overreaction. Mark didn't mean any harm. That's just how he is.
Okay, no, this is exactly why he's gotten away with everything he's gotten away with. There doesn't seem to be any consequences for his actions. So make some. Seeing Layla still shaking and looking so scared and hearing my own mother defend this creep who had just my new sister, a switch flipped inside of me and I snapped. I looked straight at my aunt and I said, no, he needs to leave. Now. She started up again.
OP, you are not going to disrespect your family like this.
Actually, I think I will
And I let her have it. My family? You don't get to lecture me about my family. This is actually why your own is broken. The blind worship of your useless, good-for-nothing son is the reason you have one child who ruins every event he attends, and another who hasn't spoken to you in 5 years. And you wonder why your own daughter went no contact. It's because of this. Ooh, log it. I don't know which finger it's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it's this one. My Generation Alpha niece told me it's this one. Because you will always choose him over the people he hurts. So yes, he is leaving, and you can leave without him if you want. Give her the boot. The entire area went dead silent. Then my aunt started crying and stormed out with my cousin and my parents trailing behind after they gave me one of their classic, "You are a disappointment" looks. You could just shoot back a, "How are you not embarrassed" look. My phone has been a nightmare ever since. Texts from my parents calling me cruel, vicious, and saying I used a family tragedy, my other cousin leaving, as a weapon. Telling me about how my aunt has just been sending them messages about how I broke her heart. My husband had been supportive. He kept telling me I was defending Layla and that my family showed their true colors. But I can't get rid of these moments of guilt. Mark was 100% in the wrong, and I've already cut him off. I don't want him anywhere near me or my husband's family again. But the part I keep thinking about is what I said to my aunt. I don't regret defending my sister-in-law. She was scared out of her mind and I will always pick her over him. But maybe I went too far bringing up her daughter leaving. Sounds like all you said was the truth. I know that's a sore spot and I basically twisted the knife. I feel like I dropped a nuke to win a fist fight and now my entire family's radioactive. Am I the a-hole? To be fair, she wasn't gonna listen to you. Your aunt and mother and like everybody on Mark's side wouldn't let it go. And I think that if they had let it go and just left, taken the L, because you wouldn't have been driven to the point to say what you said. It was them pushing, and you being driven to a point. I have yet to see an apology from anyone in your family for how they treated you and your cousin at your wedding. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, I don't know, but you're not including that, so.
Didn't happen.
I think that you said what really needed to be said. Not the a-hole. It sounds like you said something that was way overdue. And honestly, your family got off easy. That part, okay, that's a very good point. What happened at your wedding is bad.
And illegal.
Like so bad that you could have gotten the police involved. Words are the least of Mark's worries at this point, and your aunt's worries. Don't look back, you did the right thing. If they press you about it, you can just say, I could have pressed charges. OP responds, I keep telling myself I did right by her and my new family, but I'm really not strong. I fear. It's very clear that your family does a very good job of guilt tripping you. It sounds like you have a very supportive group of in-laws. You have that familial support if you want it. I think that you did a really good job and you should be really proud of yourself, genuinely. That took guts. If no one's told you yet, OP, you are brave and you did a good thing. Am I the a-hole for kicking my mother out of my wedding after she brought my ex as her plus one? Woo! I got a spicy one today. I, male 30, started seeing June, female 29, about 3 years ago. My mother has never really liked June for a couple of reasons. The main one being the fact that June didn't let my mom push her around. She kept firm boundaries, which I had really admired, and even helped me do the same. My mom hated this, calling June controlling and wishing I hadn't broken up with my previous girlfriend, Margot, whom my mom loved. Let me guess, she loved Margot because Margot was a little bit of a doormat? Yeah, that sounds about right. It's interesting that she's calling June controlling when your mom is probably the controlling one. I was with Margot for 5 years and it was horrible. Oh, Margot was very controlling. Oh, plot twist, and manipulative, and always guilted me into things I wasn't comfortable with. But thanks to support from my friends and my sister, I was able to leave her. That's interesting. It was hard, but I had help and my life has improved since. My mom was very upset with this, but relationships didn't last. So eventually she let it go until I started dating June about a year later. I would have thought that Margot was kind of a pushover and let your mom do her thing. But maybe your mom kind of saw a little bit of herself in Margot. When June and I announced our engagement, my mom didn't freak out, which was weird considering my mom hates June. She was very calm, but I just took it as she was finally accepting this and didn't think much of it. Everything was fine and smooth up until the wedding. I gave both my parents plus ones to the wedding since they both remarried after I graduated college. So I'm not close to their spouses, but gave them the option of inviting them. We had a very small ceremony, just immediate family and a few close friends. After the ceremony, me and June went to take pictures and then met back with everyone we invited into the reception, which was pretty big. When we got there, my sister and June's best friend / maid of honor ran up to us in a panic. Before they even said anything, I spotted it. My mom was at the table with my dad, my dad's wife, and Margot. Ooh. I literally hate it. I wanted to freak, but June kept me calm. I walked over, pulled them both aside, and simply told them to leave. My mom tried to explain Margot and I are soulmates and June is just in the way of true love, but I wasn't hearing it. I didn't care. This is hardly the place to air your grievances. You're so hung up on Margot that you're gonna ruin his wedding. I just got my best friends to escort them out and I returned to the party where luckily, after a few moments, I was able to relax and enjoy it. I didn't really think this would turn into something huge, but me and June just got back from our honeymoon where we didn't have our phones. And seeing mine, I saw hundreds of texts from multiple family members. They all think I was an a-hole for kicking my mom out of her only son's wedding. For the record, she was there for the ceremony, but apparently was really upset she was kicked from the reception. Do they know why she was kicked out? Here's a summary of my family's thoughts. Some think I could have just ignored Margot and didn't have to freak out. No. A few others, including my dad, think I should have just kicked Margot out and let my mom stay, but after the stunt my mom pulled, I didn't want her there either. I think that's totally valid. I'm starting to second guess myself since everyone is really mad. June and my sister are on my side, but I fear my dad may be right, and I should have just let my mom stay and made Margot leave. So I've come to Reddit. Am I the a-hole? I mean, you've done it already. At this point, I don't know, you did it. It felt right for you in the moment. It's your wedding and you can do whatever the hell you want, especially when someone is very clearly doing something against your wishes and trying to sabotage your wedding. Not only is it uncomfortable for you, but it's probably uncomfortable for June. I know me personally, I did not want a single person at my wedding that I felt uncomfortable around. I just didn't. And I understand that everybody wishes that you kept the peace, et cetera, et cetera. And it's where was this need to keep the peace when your mom tried to sabotage your wedding by inviting your ex? I don't think you're the a-hole. I think you might be the a-hole in other people's eyes. I think that that's kind of a necessary evil, to be honest. You're always gonna be an a-hole to someone you say no to and set boundaries with. Your mom needed to know that she crossed the line. And like, honestly, Margot is a dumb for even coming. Like, I'm just saying. I would be so uncomfortable with this whole thing, regardless of your past and whether your mom likes her or not. The audacity of Margot to agree to this is just crazy. Not the a-hole. My wife and I will not be starting our marriage life together tolerating disrespect and sabotage. My mom's actions were beyond reprehensible, disgusting, and more than deserving of being removed from the celebration of my beautiful wife and I committing our lives to each other. Oh, period. Yes. You are more than welcome to allow toxic people to destroy your happy moments, but this is not something I will tolerate for myself or my wife. Clock it. OP, please send this to everyone and block those who are defending your mom's actions. Yeah, who cares, honestly? They're probably hearing from your mom. Your mom's probably really controlling and she's only telling them like part of the story, playing the victim. It's funny how like playing the victim goes a long way into getting people on your side. Not the a-hole. Why is it that you're expected to keep the peace when your mom disrespected you and your wife on your wedding day? I consider no contact to after this whole thing with your mom. No, I totally agree. There's literally no apology and just trying to get everybody like to gang up on you. No. I have yet to see where she apologized for what she did. I would have to guess mom got in there first with her version of the story and that's why the flying monkeys are screeching. You actually did her a solid by not making a scene and like quietly just removing her. I would make sure that everybody knows exactly why you feel the way you do and why you did what you did. Tell them once, ignore future comments, and congratulations on finding your person. Stand on business, honey. People are in the comments are just kind of like, you need to be telling people the full story. Not everyone, honestly. You can just save that little blurb that comment wrote, but like if anybody presses you about it, your dad is seemingly on your mother's side, I would make sure he knows each and every detail. At the same time, I feel like, you know, people tend to stick by their significant others. So what you say might not make a difference, but it's your wedding and your choice. She really did try to sabotage your wedding. Like, what was she expecting to happen? You literally were already married. So she shows up with your ex at your wedding. She tells you that, you know, you need to go be with her now.
Oh, yes, Mom. Yes, let's just get an annulment. Everybody just go home.
So ridiculous. You are not the a-hole. Saskatchewan!